So it's 7. We're on time. It's freaking me out too. And we're gonna get into Jim's shoes. But first, you know, watching things back, getting a closer look at some stuff that I normally don't get too close of a look at during gameplay. Something came up. Let's go over this together, shall we? That's right. We're gonna start in nobody's favorite bits. That's gun chat. Jim's fucking sight is on backwards, which irritates me. This is also a fine time to talk to you about how, like, a shotgun works. So, this one has an extra rail. You see this silver one down at the bottom here? That doesn't need to be there. It seems to only be a rail to operate the pump. Normally, that whole mechanism also gets wrapped around the magazine tube, which is well, it should be the first of those 2 upper tubes. But this shotgun was assembled by someone who has no idea what a shotgun is. So the top tube, I can't figure out the purpose of. It doesn't seem to be anything. Because when we see it in-game, the chamber of the shotgun is lined up with the middle tube there, which does look to be about the right width to be a shotgun barrel. It also looks like it's placed in the right spot. Which would mean that the magazine tube is, in fact, that lower silver one. But it's very short. So it's fine at first glance, and then when you look at it again, you go, wait, hang on a fucking second, this doesn't make sense. And we know that this is a pump action. It's not a combo pump and semi-auto like, you know, the fucking Spas 12 or anything, but here we are. An image of the sight mounted properly. That's the direction it's supposed to go, so you can see through it and you're not shining a little light in your fucking eyes. Even mounted on a similar gun. Anyway, I did also have further thoughts on, like, the Trinity in MMOs and tabletops. I had mentioned real kind of briefly that assuming this tri-roll split yields depth of strategy was wrong, and so I wanted to get into that, because it's a false assumption. It's not real. You have tanks, you have healers, you have DPS. The only strategy that exists with this composition is to have as many of that last category as is feasible to continue functioning, and then that's it. That's the whole strategy. DPS ends encounters. The other 2 facilitate that happening. In modern group encounter setting, there's typically even, like, timers that run in the background, and sometimes in the foreground. Sometimes they'll flash it right in your face, of the fight that, like, induces a failure condition if it runs out all the way. You know, this can range from, like, an enormous stat boost to the boss and enrage, if you will, all the way up to actual instant wipes where a big particle effect plays and everyone falls over. The problem is that we can't really design more interesting encounters with mechanics and with the market being as it is. MMOs, as they are extremely limited things. You have a set of abilities on a hotbar, which the game takes as basically a polite suggestion to do something. And all it is saying, hey, roll these specific dice at this point in time. Sometimes not even at this point in time. A number of them have a thing called ability queuing, where you quite literally dial in what it is you want to do in a sequence. And the game will tackle that in order. It's fucking... It's as close as you can get to not playing as possible. Anyway, so with the mechanics being as limited as they are, and with the need for these games to either be massively successful or shut down, you have to design everything for mass appeal, and the biggest hurdle in design for big audiences, paper, code-based, fucking spoken word, whatever it is that you're making your game on, your chief stumbling point is you have to make sure that literally any mouth breather can trundle up and have a decent shot at winning. And this isn't said to be cruel or demeaning. That is quite literally how it is that you make a game for mass appeal. People like to win, and they like to be told that they're special and that they're doing a good job. In order to get the most motherfuckers on board as possible, you gotta set that bar fucking low. And I mean low, 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 low. This is also why the solution to a lot of hard, in heavy quotes, content in massively multiplayer titles is a combination of throw more bodies at it and then have big numbers. Sometimes in accompaniment. You have to train your audience to accept the notion that time spent equals effort, and that it also equals difficulty. The longer something takes, they will assume that it takes a long time because it's difficult, not because it just takes a long time and there's not terribly much involvement on the player end. That's why you get like daily lockouts and shit, and it's to trick you into thinking that there's value in the thing that you've done because you've been at it repeatedly for a long time, and there isn't. It's usually, for example, Star Trek Online. They'll run these events, okay? And again, I don't have a problem with the events. They're fine. It's whatever. You log in once a day. You do typically one activity because that's what you're time gated to. And it's a cooldown of like 20 hours. And you do this over and over again for 20 days. This makes people assume that there is value, that they have, quote, worked for the item at the end. And they'll use this to lord over one another in the chat because they're sad. In reality, the practice of doing this means taking about maybe 10 minutes of your time if you're really slogging. Or if the event takes, whatever the event instance is, takes 10 minutes at minimum. There's no skipping things. To do something pretty fucking mindless, and then it's over and you don't have to worry about it again for the next 20 hours. This isn't effort. I didn't work for it. I just clocked in and then clocked out. It's not really all that hard. Another common crutch is like very, very simple choreography. Do y'all remember Titan being the big deal in Final Fantasy XIV? Of course not. Fucking anyone that watches this is likely long since forgotten that, or like the one or two of you that I know still plays is currently groaning, and yeah, Titan. I remember seeing people actually pull up guide videos to figure out that you don't want to stand in the flashing templates, and that you should move to the nearest open space when the exploding glow rocks drop. And by the way, that's the entire strategy of the fight. That's it. That's the whole fucking thing. And I'm sure some of those guide videos are still up. They are 20 plus minutes of over-explaining stupid shit that anyone with a pair of eyes and a working brain should be able to figure out after a couple of attempts. But these guide videos get a ton of traffic, and maybe it's for the personality of the person posting it, maybe it's for something else, maybe any number of things. But I think that we, as a hobby, as people who engage in this hobby, should be ashamed that these things were available and necessary, and were the length that they were. I explained the entire fight just there. Oh, I'm sorry, I missed a core mechanic which has been part of every single they call them primal fight. Every single one of these sorts of fights since the first one, Ifrit. And that is, at one point in time, you will have a secondary target that you have to, again, apply DPS to, within time constraints, in order to avoid a full party wipe. That's it. So, don't stand in bad. Go to where bad isn't happening. and slap the thing when it shows up so we all don't die. You'll know it when you see it. There's plenty of attention drawn to it. That's not 20 minutes worth of talking, is it? But of course, you know, to the point that I was making is that this is what it is that you must do in order to appeal to a broad market. You have to take the simple and convince them that it is nearly impossible, and that they have, in fact, triumphed over incalculable odds and really felled a force of nature. Works better if you could make them do it again and again and again over a long period of time. You just can't let it slip that you think that they are dullards that can't handle anything else. Anyway, we'll get into Jim's shoes now. Let's get some noise. We got that. Let's get some visuals. Do we have visuals? We do. We got eyes, we got ears, we got the campaign. We're loading. We got our latest autosave. And hopefully it's where we left off. We don't have to go shopping again. That would be nice. Reloading next to a munitions locker replenishes all ammo and grenades. Let's see. I got any parts? Nah, we're good. Okay. So, we got the DNA tagger. They want us to hunt Gunro. Jim's pretty sure where he can find some. I'm not sure if they respawn where he thinks they do, but we'll find out. We gotta make our way out of the base. That's the lounge. Oh, is there anything in the lounge? Anyone leave anything new? Yeah, kinda. Well, I'm stealing someone's change they left behind. Jim's that kind of guy. Don't leave your belongings in plain sight, he'll just take them. Kitchen dude's not on staff. He's getting vegetables from somewhere. Those are clearly carrots and potatoes. I'm not sure why the food looks like this in Lost Planet, because, you know, as a Monster Hunter veteran, I know for a fact someone on Capcom cares a whole lot about making food look interesting and, like, inviting. Those Monster Hunter meals look fucking hot to death. Alright, we got another text log. Yes, please. Alright, see Newkirk. Har har. If you're reading this, I'm pretty sure it's because you took the memory card out of my PDA. Not cool, man. I know it's you, Markham. No, it's Jim. Jim took it. Let's see if we can get him to kill Markham. We probably can't. I haven't seen Crazy Neil around either. He seemed like he was going to be a recurring character, didn't he? They've done away with Crazy Neil, perhaps realizing that the joke had already run its course. Yeah, sure. Fuck me up.
NEVEC survival tip number 3. Don't stray from warm areas without an environment suit. Your NEVEC design suit will keep you warm and safe in even the most inhospitable environments. Be mindful to charge your suit overnight, and stay within range of an umbilical field at all times. Stay happy. Stay warm.
Thanks, NEVEC. Don't go outside in just regular clothes. The cold will kill you. Looking for more shit to lift.
Could take some torque drivers and plant some helical piers at B-26 and K-22 instead. That should ease off some of the lateral load.
I'm worried about the pressure.
Helical.
We could take the gauges off A5 and
Helix.
6
Helical.
Stabilized. But I'm telling you, they're load bearing. There's some plates on there, anchor them down with cable lock, and we're golden. At least for another few days.
That might work.
Might work, sure. Might kill us. If there's a void collapse within 20 meters, the show's over. But what else are we gonna do?
What about reinforcing B-28 instead? Put in some drill shafts to sustain some of the lateral load. It's within their tolerance at this height.
I would like to have been involved in this conversation. I would like to have been involved in the implementation of this plan. I have to uncover a corporate conspiracy instead, and that's what Capcom thinks is interesting. Alright. To the main deck. That's the kind of stuff that bugs me in these games, is that there's a perfectly good premise for gameplay. Hey, I see with the shotgun, that silver thing there, that's the chamber. So it would be pushing shells directly forward, which means that that is the barrel. This top thing, I don't know what it is. And where it is that you jam the shells would be right into this little kind of nub at the bottom of the rail that supports the foregrip there. And that's typically a magazine tube. That's how shotguns work, at least pump shotguns. Some, well, yeah, a lot of semi-auto shotguns as well. This isn't one of those. It's purely pump, so what the fuck? What is this? What is this barrel? What is this? Jim doesn't know. He's not the kind of guy to ask those questions. Although apparently the rifle that we're going to be fucking around with has been in this family for generations. They must not shoot it much. Is it not going to let me, like, fuck with my shit? Move forward? Whatever. Alright. We're still on so much, don't know why. No, we have fast travel now. Only available when exiting areas. Press backspace to access fast travel. So, looks like Marshall's Gorge is where we're going.
Okay, since you asked, here's why my face doesn't freeze.
I didn't.
My environment suit here?
And it does.
Nevic's smartest engineers. This is not cheap. It's got breathable fabric, adaptive heat loss insulators, windproof laminates, moisture barriers, and micropores. Then it's machine washable. Right. Now, these heaters on the collar here, they do the heavy lifting of keeping my head warm when I'm in the elements. It's got its limitations, but keeping the noggin warm ain't one of them. So, is that wonky enough for you, or do I need to start talking about fluoropolymers? Cronus Actual, come in. I'm getting close to that massive T-energy deposit. Looks like I'll have to use my new winch to get across this chasm. Hope LaRoche is listening.
Kiss my ass, Baron, and choke on your winch.
Jim, remember when you get there, the bigger thermal pockets can overload your T-post, so watch your step.
Yes, please, don't burn up like a matchstick.
Hey, LaRoche, how are those?
This is apparently not where we're going. We want to go to Bailey's Crossing. Is Bailey's Crossing not an option?
Grasshopper pumps in the East Valley coming along.
Complete bombo. Almost done.
Cronus Actual out.
Alright, well, looks like we may be able to get there through here if we can smash that. So let's see if we can smash it. Yeah, Z to winch. We'll get there. I got shit I'm doing. No. Okay, well. Does that mean that this way is the way to Bailey's Crossing? Let's find out. Anyway, so Jim's heater there apparently heats up his head. That's fine and dandy. We've seen ice and snow gather on that, so I don't know how good of a job it's doing, particularly for... that's just Bailey's Crossing, cool. For this kind of environment, so like if moisture is getting in, then you are losing heat, and you're potentially damaging your skin. I don't... Just fucking put a mask on, you idiot. Which has become a phrase that I've repeated many, many times in just, you know, our recent shared catastrophe that we're all kind of existing in. Well, we got stuff hitting it. That way? Okay. I guess this is where Jim thinks he can find some goon row. Am I stuck on something? that's happening. I see. Can I do anything with these? I can slap them. They got thermal energy deposits in them. Sure. And I guess I was not allowed to move because my rig had smelled those coming. I don't know. Anyway, we'll park it here to block the golf ball-sized hail. We gotta go hunt some fucking acrid quadrupeds. Maybe get a gene scan, see what they're about. Yeah. I wish they hadn't done the weather thing through the cave. Or in fact down here. Where, you know, it wouldn't be.
Fucker must be running around here. Man, there's a giant axe when you need it.
Yeah, hang the fuck on though. I gotta... Did I stick him? I did. Now, Jim, we don't need to reload. We already got the dart in him. I just gotta scan him. I just gotta get this scan. Gentlemen, I gotta get this scan. I don't want to fuck up the subject until I've got the scan. Okay, sick. Now we can fuck up the subject. Holy shit, did he eat it? He did. Anyway, this is the rifle. It's bolt action, so it's like Jim's old deer rifle, basically, is what we're dealing with here. 30-06 is an extremely capable caliber. You can make an action for it in semi-auto, so why it is in 25-55 we didn't is kind of strange. It would be kind of shitty on your shoulder, unless the gun itself was quite heavy. I think the Garand. Typically in 30-06, very, very heavy firearm though. Definitely helped with a lot of the sharp recoil you can get with like the featherweight hunting rifles that a lot of people tend to favor and fawn over. There we go. We're getting there. So it doesn't cancel their animation once they're already in a lunge, but it does knock them over. Oh, this one's already dead, so... Ah. Found you. Out of 6. And there's number 6. Now it looks like we can plant a post here too, which we will. There we are. 6 out of 6. Come on, gentlemen. Well, we're gonna have to press F. There you go. Yeah, he ducked. I see. Yeah, it's because there's 2 of them. Canister. Well, shotgun really is somewhat disappointing in the realm of close quarters stuff, isn't it? You figure with the limitations they put on the range of it, we'd have a little bit more of a visceral effect on, you know, tagging things up close. Now, for fuck's sake, how many of you are there exactly? Alright, I'm doing this. Yeah, okay. I kind of thought they could, but here we are. Like a lot of people doing this, man. I just want to plant them in the fucking post. Like, come on. What do you care? You don't even know what it is. Looks like they finally decided that they're done. We go. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of stuff still here. Rocks are hitting some kind of metal structure that I'm just not privy to the existence of. And we'll get back on task. For Jim to crouch real low in, huh? He's got plenty of head clearance. I'm not sure why this seems to be his preferred mode of travel here. And as per usual with those sorts of sequences, I don't dictate when he does and does not do it. He's a big boy, he makes his own decisions. Fall too hard to get up. Simon Tuesday. Well, let's see if Kovac has anything else for us while I desperately avoid this plot, which isn't good. There we go. We shouldn't be that far from Coronis, right? Yeah. Yeah, we should be fine. Can I just go to the main deck? Oh, I can. Excellent. Yeah, that would be the laboratories. See if he's got more for us. If we can unlock other custom ammunition. Which Kovac says is a hobby. You know, okay, reloading can be a hobby. It's a science in and of itself. I can understand why he'd be drawn to that. What I don't understand is his bizarre gimmick rounds that he produces sometimes. We'll try to fuck with a few of those so that you can see what I mean. One of them is the bounce shot for the shotgun here, and it doesn't make sense from just like a physics perspective. If something is prone to bouncing, then it's probably not prone to penetrating, which is what it is you want your round to do.
Stand by.
Hey. Your textures didn't load in. There we go.
Outstanding. You must be finding my specialty ammunition useful. That, or you just miss less.
He's got none. Okay. Well, we did it. There is a scope attachment for the bolt-action rifle that we've got, but I don't know that this game needs that. Most of the things you fight are not that far away. We will probably visit Birdie all the same, and see what else he's got for us. Maybe just some deeper pockets for more ammunition. Which, again, I don't think we model on the character. I don't remember seeing that at any point in time. It's just that the number goes up for our maximum storage. And as it would turn out, the hot and cold game isn't so much a hot and cold game as it is a wander towards the beeps until you see the hollow prompt. And in we go. We know where he is. He doesn't seem to sleep.
Welcome back.
Thanks. So we can extend the magazine. We've already bought the stock upgrade. Yeah, that's the scope, which I don't care for. We have one bounce shot. We also now have incendiary rounds, which that's not how those work. Does not penetrate the armor of larger acrid. What? It's a depleted uranium round. So, the reason that I'm scratching my head on that one, oh, we can't buy the extra ammo pack again. That would be asking too much. It's the one, you get that once. Okay, sure. Anyway, depleted uranium rounds, the way that a whole lot of penetrator rounds work is they typically have a very dense, very hard core to the bullet, and that's what allows them to penetrate. You know, you typically have to load the round hotter as well to maintain the velocity coming out of the muzzle, and so that it's hitting with you know, as much energy as you can get behind it without wrecking the gun too bad. So a depleted uranium round is both of those things. It's very, very dense, and it's fairly hard. So this would be like a pretty serious fucking round to throw. I don't know why it wouldn't penetrate armor on larger Acrid, other than the game said, no, fuck you. We'll buy some of these. Let's say about 90 of them.
Shattering into shrapnel, these shells ricochet when they hit, but only once, so be smart about the angle you fire them at.
Thanks, Birdie. Yeah, probably a few more of that than otherwise.
That ammo adds severe burn damage if you can hit them Acrid sweet spots. Their blood just ignites and stays burning.
Seems fucked up, but okay.
That there is good for armored enemies, especially them big suckers.
It says the exact opposite of that, Birdie. The exact opposite. Anyway, we may as well snag this while we're here.
That upgrade's a must in my book. The less you gotta reload, the better, eh?
Thanks, bud.
Come back anytime, eh?
Yeah, I'll come back. Canada. Alright. Well, off we go. We're not gonna visit Wayne's dad. We don't have to right now. We don't have anything for him to do. We will in the future, though. I agree, Pi. Yeah, I know, dude. It's just, you know, it's the nature of this game's economy. You gotta have stuff for them, you know, a series of tokens. Yeah, in order to get upgrades. That's just it. I think it should probably all be based on one system of exchange anyway. Like, why doesn't Gale have parts? Or access to a machine shop to fabricate things, but that's what they got us doing, man. You know? That's what they got us doing. Yeah, we got that. So, looks like we are just finding the larger thermal pocket. Back over to Marshall's Gorge. Oh
Okay,
boy.
since you asked, here's...
No, I already...
Cronus Actual
I got
Command.
that. Oh shit, every
Close to
time,
that
right?
Massive T-energy deposit. Looks like I'll have to use my new winch to get across this chasm. Hope LaRoche is listening.
Kiss my ass, Baron, and choke on your winch.
Jim, remember when you get there, the bigger thermal pockets can overload your T-post, so watch your step.
Yes, please, don't burn up like a matchstick.
Hey, LaRoche, how are those grasshopper pumps in the East Valley coming along?
Complete Mumbo. Almost done.
Coronis Actual out.
There we go. And that's the winch. We launch our claw arm and it's got a cable. Seems handy. Would have liked to have seen more done with it than just like a zipline attachment. We can also kind of lob it at smaller Acrid and just the weight of it crushes them. I don't know where it is we would mount the pressure tank, like or like any kind of propellant within the arm itself in order to launch something that heavy. But okay, whatever. My shit broke.
Good God.
Anyway, so you know, you fall in a hole, you find a bunch of bugs. It's time to just start blasting. Oh, perfect. Yeah, okay, but excuse me a second. I have to figure out where you come from. I have to figure out where you come from. You're being jerks. There. Was that so bad? Did you block my throw? Asshole. Okay, there we go. Now Jim's heartbeat is gonna be real loud in his ears for a moment or two. He's been slapped by bugs a few times, you see. Oh, that's right. The other one kind of like ate the grenade. We're gonna come up here where bugs can't go for some reason. You'd figure they would be just fine in getting there. They are bugs after all, but... they have a real hard time getting up here. Give me that. Because there's plenty more things that I can throw grenades into around here. There we are, the frontier. Where they'll just let you have explosives. Somehow arming yourself with grenades and not like survey charges or blasting dynamite and stuff, like that doesn't qualify this as a military expedition, but if I were to put defensive tools on my truck, then it's military. I don't really follow their logic. No? Okay. We just didn't want to do the grappling hook. Sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Oh, hey. Pardon me. You gonna do it this time? Kinda. Looks like it defaulted me again. Okay. Maybe because I put an upgrade on it. It's not the end of the world. We're done now. I don't really see anything else. I don't hear anyone moving around either. Alright, we're gonna try some of these gimmick rounds. We got incendiaries there. We got the bounce rounds here. Which, as Birdie has said, it's a harder projectile, so rather than shattering, it bounces off of other hard surfaces. Okay, fine. That may also result in it. Oop, that was weird. Being too brittle. Because, you know, if you increase the hardness of something, it gets brittle. But who's to say at this point?
Okay, now I know I'm not seeing things.
It's true.
And going again.
Well, we saw footsteps.
I know you're out there.
Jim's onto them.
I'm losing my mind. In which case,
Oop.
I'll go right on talking to myself.
Okay. Yeah, you really should learn when to shut up. Anyway, there's some weird hitches there. I guess as it's loading the rest of the cave. It's always a mystery to me what it is that the game has and hasn't done yet, and a lot of the things that end up ported to PC do that. Next week, if we're not done with Jim, we may take a break from him in order to make room for something that I think is genuinely well done. We won't talk too much about what that might be just yet, but I'm hoping that we can get a full and complete look at it for the season. Okay, this is it, huh? Looks like where I'm gonna be accosted. is yet another crab battle. But of course, we know what to do. Hey. So we can see there's like a fire effect going on there. Here. I know Pi. He's very loud, isn't he? And this one's got a different kind of back. It's a little bit more hardened. But we've set him on fire all the same. Which means that we'll get that constant tick of damage until we're straight up out, anyway. And we can see that these shotgun rounds kind of bounce around. That's honestly all there is to these things. The rivet gun that we're going to get later flings... Oh, what, did you learn the trick? Okay. Sure, I guess I'll have to rip the other arm off first. Alright. There we go. Anyway, the rivet gun that we get access to a little bit later... Really? Okay. Is going to have homing rounds. I'm not sure how that is supposed to work. The rivet gun even functions similar to like a submachine gun in these sorts of games, where it's got a high rate of fire but relatively low accuracy and range. That's fine, but I don't... Those are some very high velocity rivets then, and an extremely fast cycle for a rivet gun. Don't know what it is you'd be needing to put, like, 2 and 3 rivets per second. But it just doesn't really make sense. Come to think of it, the round count is much higher than that. It's more like, what, 10 rivets per second? Anyway, we've discovered this via planting the thermal post. What the hell? You remember how they fixed the temperature before? It's the cell phone towers.
Cronus Actual, you copy? We gotta talk, boss. It's getting strange in a hurry out here. Cronus, come in. Can anyone hear me?
This would be a death sentence. There's no way. Like, he said that this thing's machine washable. That, like, if it's... And the fabric is, quote, breathable. So, we're now soaked. That area out there is still very cold. That's no good. It's got moisture layers. Okay, well then it's not going to be breathable if it's completely waterproof. That's not how that works.
Now, who do you suppose built this? And where'd they run off to?
Are you spooked yet? Are you feeling a little bit familiar in here? Some bent steel. Some weird phenomena. Boxes. Yeah, they're gonna make me do it, aren't they? Okay. Not even at eye height will it respond to the melee attack. And here we have those horror music cues. There's a dead body. Oh no. Oh no. There will be no meat debacle. That's not a phenomena that we have here, but We can see they're reading from the same fucking notes.
Requesting priority evac. We have a Class 5 infestation in progress. Maglocks have been engaged on all security doors so survivors can make a break for Station Echo.
Dead.
The
Nothing I
Ifrit are now
can't take care
feeding
of.
on our power. As long as the main generator stays online, they're trapped in here with me. I repeat, this is a Code Red requesting assistance. It's been 3 weeks since we've heard a peep from your side. Is anyone out there listening?
We have a last mayday. We got bodies. There we go. This is not a face hugger, by the way. It's not what it is. It wasn't trying to hug my face. Well, no, you know what? Actually, I do want to scan that. I would like to scan one of those. Don't forget. This is a scientific thing. Can I scan you? No. Can't scan that guy. I can steal their stuff. How much you want to bet any audio logs we find here are going to be like, tell my wife I love her. That's pretty much how all these things go, isn't it? I'm sure they died heroically and valiantly. Well, that one just tilted towards us. Don't look at me like I fucked up, dude. I'm not the one who's dead. We have an Event Horizon room. You know how that can be. Okay, fine, but I want to know where you are so I can fucking scan you. I'm doing an encyclopedia thing. I'm looking to learn shit, Bugs. And I don't know why you can't respect that. Gotcha. Yeah, whatever. I am going to learn about you. You can't stop the knowledge. You little shit. Okay. Scan complete, sample taken. The rest of these are no longer my concern. Unless we find a weird one. There's supposed to be some like albinos. Never found them in previous playthroughs. I'm sure I probably just shot them as they showed up. Missed. There we go. Missed that one. Couldn't shoot that one while it posed. Just wasn't allowed. Give me your orange. Okay. Can I get in here? Yeah, okay, there we go. How about now? No. Well, maybe when I do whatever it is I'm doing here, I'll power down the generators, I see. Isn't that going to make things worse, Jim? Isn't that what's keeping these doors locked in general? Like, we can't just release the one. Sounds like that one hit a wire. Oh, here we go. You got something? No? Nope. Just a real cold mummy. They would have had to have been here for quite some time, huh? Our ammunition is full.
Touch. Reset protocol. Generator temporarily offline. Reboot sequence in progress.
What? What is that noise?
sequence complete.
Now there's a bunch of them, man.
Now online.
Got him on the third. Y'all got more? I saw a bunch of you run in. Oh, there you are. Don't slap strangers. Can I open this now? Now that that one's like just kissing the window, waiting for me? Yeah, this is green. Well, I tried to slap it before and you told me no. Bullshit. Money. Ammunition is full. That guy's still holding on to the thing. Where am I going exactly? Oh, there apparently. Isn't this where I came in, or who moved that box? Whatever. That's the wrong round, isn't it? Yeah, sorry, bud. I had already scanned you. Is that an albino one? Or is it just the lighting? Ow. Oh. We'll know later. Oh, am I missing anything? No. Okay, no treasures so far. Oh, hey. I think that may have just been the lighting on the other one. Nice. Excuse me. I'm stealing things. So yeah, who thought a pivot towards horror framing would be in a Lost Planet game, right? Who could have seen that coming? And said that the boundaries leak. Who was that? I don't know. Some idiot. Of course, your mileage may vary on how effective this is as horror. For me, and not so much. But then I may just be a poor candidate. Most horror bounces right off me.
Performing containment analysis.
Can I?
Your cooperation is appreciated.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna go.
Please remember to report any indigenous life forms within the station to the appropriate zone manager.
They almost told us that, you know, decontamination had begun, and just... You know how that goes. Oh, specialized component.
Cronus Actual, this is Payton. Do you copy?
Okay.
This is gonna be one of those days.
No, the last one was gonna be one of those days, wasn't it, Jim? Not quite the meat debacle, but it is this. They have grown, excreted, and otherwise covered a structure in something. More bits. More dead guys. I'm gonna touch this and they're gonna say, oh, look out, you gotta go and touch another switch. That's why I'm gonna steal their things first. Also, it looks like we're kind of close to the rig, doesn't it? We're getting a shit signal from somewhere. E.
Garage lockdown in effect.
Yep. So now I gotta...
There's gonna be an override.
Mm-hmm. Now I gotta touch this. Enter the new doorway. Yeah, I see it. Gimme... Thank you. Hey, also developers, don't do that. If I walk away too soon and I miss your intro, that's on me. this has been like mostly a pistol run so far, so I don't think we're hurting for ammunition. Anyway, if this power plant down here still works, I mean that's quite the find, right? We've now doubled our living space and resources. That's
Believe me about this place.
Yeah, why don't you have a camera? There's not a camera on that?
Any other answers I can find.
That apparatus at the bottom there isn't a camera? I guess that's the DNA scanner. Because right now, if I had the money, I could put a light laser camera combination on my handgun, Jim, and I don't live in the year 2555. Hang on. We have other things to scan.
I want a record of this. Something is going on here, and I'm not getting the answers I need from command. If the rumbling below the base is just the ground settling from the mining facility, then why am I looking at 4 different reports of unprovoked A-grade attacks from different sectors of the base? I don't need a scientist to tell me something's pissing them off. I just need it to stop.
I mean, yeah, if they function at all like any other colony insect, then yep, they're not going to be happy about this. We got a text log. R. Pressman, no reason to panic. I'm not panicking. He's definitely not panicking. Security is forcing us to reroute power and stabilize the system. Is that any reason to panic? Then we're supposed to head up to the upper facility for lockdown procedures. Panic? Why should I panic? And then they handed me a gun. Me. A gun. Yeah, everyone else should panic. Okay? R. Pressman, not a very good shot. Some tunes in here that I don't know are quite appropriate. I like them though. They're moody, but they're not horror moody, you know? It's sort of similar to a number of other like ice level tunes where you have these kind of drones and higher pitches and so on and so forth. Something that makes the space feel empty and open, cold. Anyway, Jay Fowler, something is very, very wrong. Upgrading security status to yellow alert. Locking down sections to official movement only. Awaiting further orders from Pickett. There's a nervous energy in the air. It's become apparent something is very, very wrong. The comm center is full of people recording messages home. I mean, alright, but wouldn't you then look to, like, crowd the other outposts with something? Establish over the surface supply lines? You have a bay for the rig. I don't, like... Do you not have one at your disposal? Oh, yeah, we're being watched and shot at by that. These are the new boys. Are you getting a better angle? I wasn't done scanning you. Later on, they kind of fight in big groups. And I guess we're supposed to be horrified that they eat human flesh, but it's a bug creature on a fucking alien planet. I'm pretty sure they would try it, you know? Anyway, okay, there we go. Ward Eye is what they're being called. Jim, when did you become ambidextrous? Not Not that I'm saying he can't be, but I think that's probably the first time I've noticed him shooting lefty. That thing he did right there, cycling the bolt manually, is not something you have to do on automatic or most semi-automatic rifles. Last round, if the magazine is empty, it'll be held open, the bolt will, and you can just put your magazine in and hit a small release, and that'll close it for you. You can cycle it manually, but, you know, we haven't been reloading on empty magazines, so there would still be a round in the chamber. Yeah, that? No. We don't need to do that. Oh, it looks like we're gonna have to press V. They weren't doing a very good job eating this corpse. Oh, it was almost fixed. Well, would you look at that? Small amount of V. And that door fixed itself. You want me to touch that? I gotta go talk to this thing. You got stuff? It might be blood, but it's so dark we don't have to count it as part of our rating. Anything fun to pick up here? No. You would think this would be, right? This lit piece of paper, but no. Well, I mean, we don't need much for these, do we? They're not all that powerful, or all that aggressive. No, I think I've scanned everything that we're gonna need to scan in here. We're doing alright on ammunition otherwise. Okay, well, into another hole. Hole boys for life. Aha, but now we're down here. So we'll have to use our grappling hook. It doesn't look like there's anywhere else to go, or anything else to touch, so... Yeah. Yep. Jim, what are we stuck on? There's nothing there. He thought he saw a ghost. Apparently they severed the pipes. For what purpose? I'm not sure. They're framing this as though the Acrid, like, physically ripped into this base, and I don't know that they're powerful enough to do that. Like, the bigger, stronger ones maybe, but then where would they get in? That space is too small for the bigger, stronger ones that we've seen. And if they were that powerful to simply, like, physically rip apart a base, what? Oh god, it switched the control scheme on me there. That's fun. I hate it when games do that too, where I'll be moving forward by pressing forward, and they go, well, secretly I think you're on this plane, so press off to the side instead. Anyway, if they're that powerful, then why is it that we're not just immediately eviscerated anytime that we walk on out there? Like, they should be stacking bodies pretty easily. More rig parts. but they don't. In fact, as Jim, we can get slapped around pretty thoroughly, and Jim doesn't appear to have super strength. And he's certainly not as immortal as Wayne. But he's close. Well, now it's gonna be cold in here. Take cover. Gears of War was very big at the time. It was a huge deal, you know? There we go. Well, he was gonna make a run for it, wasn't he? Officially done with that encounter. More shortly, I'm sure. Some more ammunition. Great. Great. More rig parts. Just something wet outside. It may have been the snow that's supposed to be making that noise, or it may be the acrid. I don't really know. There we go. I believe that puts us back up to full ammunition. Now, we know that those take about one pistol round to kill. It takes more than one assault rifle round to kill. That's something else that I want developers to stop doing and to come to terms with. There is no such thing as a pistol that fires a more powerful round than a rifle. When we're specifically talking about pistol caliber and rifle caliber rounds, that is. Because you can have a rifle in .22, that happens. And then a great number of rounds that pistols can fire will be more effective in a whole lot of cases than a .22. But, you know, by and large, nah, not the case. And when I say .22, I do mean .22 LR. Because technically the 5.56 is a .22. Hey, get back here. You too. I don't see anyone in here so far. That's going to be a huge issue. Are these something that I can scan? No. Okay. These chrysalids that we've never seen before. Not something I can scan. Fine. Or can even interact with? Oh, this is... There we are. That's right, Jim has the thing. He's got the shoot for your qualification style timing. which is fine. A measured pace and hitting your target is better than spraying everywhere and not hitting your target, but I wish he were a little bit snappier. Some kind of turret that we can fix. We can V at that turret. We probably will. Because hey guys, did you know Alien and Aliens was a thing? Did you know that? Do you think anyone even remembers that? Yeah, the pace that I'm going there is not unreasonable for like even someone who practices casually to be able to remain on target. You want to get it up to like about there. All right, we're V'ing at this turret. It's not a smart gun.
We're all set.
Okay, so the turret's fixed.
Restoring power.
And lo and behold, the reason we did that. He just came over to slap me. It's fucking rude. Him too. Him and all of their friends. Extraordinarily rude. How do you like the turn the music's taken now? So they can hit Jim with those while moving, and this is what our death scene looks like. It just kind of freezes over. Anyway. There's sharp stings with the strings. I don't know. It doesn't really ratchet up the tension. And this is just kind of a crappy sequence, honestly. I don't care for it. And it's largely because the big ones will casually walk over, ignore fire from everything else, and hit you for a decent chunk of damage. Like we've already got going on. Maybe if we reposition over here. No? You came over here too, did you? Oh, hey. Yeah, sure, I'll take a break. There we go, and there we go. We have struggled.
Power restored.
Yeah, we just needed to come over here.
Finally.
That turret certainly didn't hold out very long, did it? It fired only a few times and then mostly gave up. Can't get over there just yet. We'll have to take the long way around. Oh, that's the door doing its thing. Gotcha. Okay. Through the hole, where we belong. All kinds of guns here. Looks like they even have the shotgun set up without the weird pistol grip from this angle. It's not necessary on those kinds of guns. Some people find it more comfortable. I don't have an issue with like a traditional rifle grip.
Yeah, this is getting weird.
Okay. Jim feels that this is just now getting weird. More guns. Another dead guy. Maybe it's blood, maybe it's not. Looks like it's an arrow pointed, right? The witch wants me to taste this blood too. I can't. Jim won't put it in his mouth. It's definitely not Jill's blood. It's not Chris's blood either. They, I don't think they lived, what, 500 years? That's true. Come on. There we go. Still no flashlight. More dead guys, everything sounds wet. It seems that we can't get away from these kinds of environments. And then you look back at it and you go, boy, we're gonna have to fight some guys that throw spines, aren't we? Anyway, that's what computers sound like. They go beep all the time. Pi, you weren't even born when computers did things like that. You've never seen like a dot matrix printer. Never in your life. You're 6. What's clicking, Jim? You're using a fucking hologram, aren't you? Yeah, that's a hologram. That's one button. What were you doing? There's like a... Oh, there's a little keyboard behind the hologram? What the fuck is that about then, Capcom? What's up with this display? 2500. That's when we are. In the 2500s. Oh, it's a cutscene. We couldn't just play the fucking cutscene. Okay.
There's not much time. Half the comm systems are down. So, if I don't get out of this alive... An infestation started, and it's been 12 hours, and these two haven't... They're in a frenzy. I've never seen anything like it. It must be widespread across the colony. We've heard nothing from anyone.
You need evidence, Jim. Nobody's gonna believe you otherwise. Let's transfer this data to a portable drive.
Or take some fucking pictures, Jim.
Transfer error. Data corrupt.
What? Come on, I just watched it. There's gotta be a backup. Something I can take with me.
Take some pictures.
Looks like everything's backed up at a second location. Distribution center, top floor. Okay, good. Now let's open up that garage.
Containment system back online. Alert. Level 3.
He just doesn't make sense.
Strategy has been alerted. Take cover in designated areas until all clear is given. Alert. Alert.
That's a bad spot.
This is not a threat. Repeat, this is not a threat.
Do our best over here. There we go. No, Jim, no. I didn't want you to do a sick roll over it. I just wanted cover from 2 directions, man. we're good.
Defense protocols lifted.
What did we find? Oh. Well. We found a laser gun. That's mine now. And that's okay, we don't have to worry about this. It's part of our inventory forever. We're good. Okay. Got ourselves a fun new laser gun. There we go. As I guess which button it thinks is forward. That time it was first left, and then when you move further down the hall, it's to the right. Don't know why. It's a crab. Okay. The door is doing this. If they were half as worried about the rest of the base's construction as they were about the door, we wouldn't be in this situation. Held. Really? Okay. That corpse is indestructible. It's apparently part of what's blocking us, and we can't get at the thermal energy that it's very clearly dropped. Hey. And I couldn't see him pass all of his friend's bits. Anyway, we got there eventually. Jim, for the love of God, man. There we go. Sometimes it's only 2 rounds that come out of that, and I'm not entirely sure why. It doesn't seem that we can get in there. No. No. Okay. Those exploded prematurely, didn't they? There we are. Oop. There we are. From on high. Nice of them to jump right in the line of fire. If the rest of them would be that courteous, this would be over much faster. Ah, there you are. I'm just gonna have to go over there. That's fine, I'm fine with going over there. expected you to be a bit more aggressive, I guess. Okay. Alright. Are we out of them by now, or...? I see some ammunition over there, which we might want. We'll see if the game actually lets us get over to it. We're loaded there, we're loaded there. Grab that. Okay. Got him. Give me that. Give me that. Exactly. Okay, so I am going down to the garage, which means that I want to look around up here. Alright, we just didn't. Nah, Jim, you're the boss, man. Fuck it. Christ. A lot of this feels like minesweeping, doesn't it? You just kind of shoot ahead in order to clear out hazards that you've identified previously, and you move forward a little bit at a time. Environmental hazards are fine, they don't need to be this.
I feel like I'm going crazy. None of this should be here. It's not possible. I go down a hole and I find some buried base full of death and Akrid. I'm lucky I'm not dead already. Nevik lied. Braddock lied. I can't trust anybody, but I've got to tell somebody. What the hell do I do?
Well, that glass is entirely too powerful for us. We're gonna have to find a way around it. Anyway, looks like Diaz was also here, so... You know... We're not the first ones, and what happened to Diaz? Did they just take her out into the snow and shoot her? That'd be my bet. Looks like we may not be able to get up there just yet, huh? Unless there's a way through up here. No, looks like it's just shit to steal. Well, we've been through this hole before, haven't we? Is this where I was like, yeah, but how would the big strong one get in? No, it's just a similar looking hole. Alright. Well, audio log all the same.
This is a bad situation, and it's getting worse. I was on patrol. I responded to a distress call at the power plant. The goddamn Akrid were going berserk all over the place. There's something moving. Something big. I don't know what the hell that is. I just feel the floor shake when it walks. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. What the hell could be going on?
Well, Mr. Muldoon didn't want to see it. Not sure why. If you can get eyes on it, then you can probably avoid it, but... I guess you would run the risk of it seeing you. If it cared, if it saw you. Oh. I'm out of things to steal, though I do... Oh, hey. You're the one making all the fuss, huh? Alright. There we go. have we been down this hallway before? Who knows? We've been down a bunch of hallways like it, haven't we? Yeah, there's the leaking steam from the steam pipes. You gotta have steam pipes in your future buildings. Pretty good on ammunition. And it looks like, again, we are close to our rig. Take rig up elevator. Touch.
Performing containment analysis. Your cooperation is appreciated. Please remember to report any indigenous life forms within the station to the appropriate zone manager. Have a good
We don't want to be caught in that scanner. It'll tell us that we're not recognized and won't open it.
Damn it, Braddock, can you hear me? I found some abandoned Nevik base. Seems like it's been here a long time. Which is pretty funny, since you've been telling us we're the first humans to set foot here. Damn it, this ain't gonna work. I'm better off taking her inside for now.
There you have it. I'm not sure why. It looks like we have a clear shot back to base. Case high straight, sleeping Daniel again.
Performing containment analysis. Your cooperation is appreciated. Please remember to report any indigenous life forms within the station to the appropriate zone manager. Have a good day.
Pi, they gotta scan us to make sure that we don't have little ones crawling on us. That's the idea here, dude. He doesn't want any, like, company doctor poking around him. That's all that's going on here. He's of the belief that doctors only find things that are wrong with you. Like somehow they've conjured them. But, you know, people aren't cars. It's not the same as your, you know, shithead mechanic that might tell you that something's wrong when it's not. That's just not who ends up a doctor.
Distribution center activated.
Oh man, we're back to traveling, man. I think our tracks have now cycled. We may have heard all of the gym jams. That's not very many that she sent. Here, hun, there's these like 6 to 8 songs to keep you sane for the next few years. Either that or they're truly enormous files, like they're actually some sort of hologram performance. Each file is like 5 terabytes.
We have arrived.
It's not an MP4, it's an MP4000.
Indoors for your safety.
Alright, well, this is as far as we can go with the rig here. I'm real glad that we brought it here, Jim. I like that sky. That's a good sky. We don't get many thunderstorms around here. We've had a few recently, but they used to be a fact of life, and quite frankly, I miss weather like this. We even got the snow hitting the windshield right here. Let me mute myself for a moment or two, see if this picks up on the recording. Yeah, I don't know if that picked up. The witch is giving me the thumbs up, but it's that's really it's one of those things, those transliminal bridges where I'm in the after ritual, and moving through things like this would have been the ritual, and it just kind of, I don't know. There's a lot of moments linked to this noise.
Dead.
Okay, now you want with fucking
And the power would be...
Jim, again, like, you're basically doing the equivalent of, like, turning on your cell phone screen and using that as a flashlight. Your shit doesn't have a flashlight for fucking real, though. Anyway, are you spooked yet? Is this spooky to you? Gasp.
I'm feeling too hot about this place.
There's goo all over the console. There's a hole in the wall. From what, I'm still not sure. There's not even anything that would have been in there. The outer wall is completely fine. This is just fucking broken out for no reason. Am I full on ammo? I'm full on ammo. Any logs? Anything like that? More goo?
Just need to flip this breaker.
Frankly, I'm shocked this place still works. Just at all.
Weather station online.
Oh.
Now we're cooking.
Why does this work?
Let's get this back up transferred.
We're gonna press E. Like, it's got a satellite feed and everything. I'm looking at it on the screens.
Processing. Complete. Warning. Cardinal class storm approaching.
Okay.
This facility is an emergency lockdown.
There's another Cat G Acrid. You guys know how this goes. You know how we do it. We gotta break that thing on his forehead. That's our job. He does that too, and those hatch into the little ones that we've seen. Did you fart out more? You did. Nah. We're just chipping through. Dramatic. We removed his forehead plate. It's over. Bye. Is this not the elevator? Yeah. Okay. We still have the storm warning. Look out again. He knocked over some boxes. I didn't see any eyes on that thing. I'm not sure how it was perceiving me. They say Acrid follow thermal energy, but this facility surely puts off more stuff than I do. Maybe he could taste me. He did seem to be like 90% tongue.
Garage lockdown in effect.
Locked. There's gonna be an override.
Yeah, like, why can't I just force it open?
Garage lockdown in effect.
Okay. They won't just let me force it open. They've disabled that, that wheel. Which seems like a bad call. Like, you know, what if your employee needs to get inside?
In effect.
Like right now? You'd figure the physical gear that you can't turn without a utility rig would be the failsafe.
Garage lockdown in effect.
That garage lockdown is still in effect. So what do you think? Are we gonna have a round 2 with the tongue boy? go again. Is it scary this time? Oh, it looks like they were growing acrid. Shocker of shocks. Honestly, as far as plans go, if acrid are a primary source of thermal energy, that's not the craziest thing. We can't get to them, apparently. Why wouldn't you just want to attempt to grow some? No. They were living in that corpse, I guess. In order to refine the thermal energy all on your onesie. You know, fucking... You're just milking bugs instead of milking cows at that point. Oh, that's where he went. You know, so was it a bad idea? It turned out to be, because I guess they just decided that they weren't really going to keep them contained terribly well. But in the history of Capcom corporate bad ideas, it's better than Umbrella. I can at least see what they were driving at. They just needed to treat it like a beehive instead of whatever the fuck this facility is. That's just water. I guess they're semi-aquatic. That's not the right rounds. Jim, we already scanned those. We did the learning part already. There we go. I agree, Pi. You know, maybe for someone else this would be very tense, but I'm not getting much out of it either, man. The sirens, the fog, the critters skittering at you in the darkness, that's all very intentional. It just doesn't land. But then I'm not afraid of bugs, so... This is where I'm going. Okay, Jim just did not want to go that way. Again, you know, he gets spooked. He doesn't want to go places. Okay. Jim does. The witch was wondering who gets spooked. Jim gets spooked and he gets stuck on things. Okay. Oh no, it's shaking the thing again. The bastard. Okay.
Elevator override. Elevator override.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we're looking for, Jim. An elevator override. Not that much further away, it seems. Is there really nothing in here for me to steal? I guess this will be part of a boss fight or something later. There's plenty of ammunition. Or they were planning on me using more ammunition than I have. Also quite possible. Is that grappling hookable? No. Yes. The witch wanted me to know that San Francisco did pass the Karen Act, which entails...
has been bypassed.
Now we should be back in business.
Gotcha. And that expands the already criminal act of making a false 911 report to carry additional sentences if it is racially motivated. I'm for it. Because, boy, have I ever had the cops called on me for some dubious things, like eating a sandwich.
Come on,
goddamn break here.
Tongue Chan is back. Okay. I gotta switch to the right gun, man. Just give it a sec. Oh, you're doing that again. Well, gross, don't. Like, don't. It's making a mess out of the floor. Alright. Not using the tongue so much. Yeah, mostly a hands boy this time. Okay. Yeah. Just getting handsy. That second dodge has been difficult to pull off. Yeah. Can't seem to souls roll it. Maybe I have to get in? No? No. No? Maybe I have to get under, like just get to one side or the other. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? I would like to note that this is the first time in this entire playthrough. Whoop. Well, right there was anyway. The first time in this entire playthrough that the game has started to kind of play like a Lost Planet game with our field of view out a little bit more so I can see what it is Jim is doing.
Come on, can't goddamn break here.
And kind of a... Yeah, it looks like it's just pick a side. Okay, now I know. Mid-reload for that one. No, or not. It worked last time. Okay. Maybe he doesn't reach with my right, his left ever. Looks like he only clears from the one side. Or not. Okay. I don't know what you want with that one, Capcom. Fine. Did I grab that ammo? Jim, pick it up, man. There we go. Well, I guess we're in a different phase of the fight now. Okay. Are we done? Second time's a charm. Otherwise, the game plays closer to Dead Space than Lost Planet ever did. We got that real tight over-the-shoulder kind of thing going on, and we can change direction while we're shooting. It just doesn't super benefit us. This is where we're going? Sure. Ah, a shortcut is opened. You got treats? No. Oh no, he's back. You gonna make me press anything? Yep. falls over a lot, huh? That's something that I don't necessarily mind. It's fine to have your character lose their footing like that, particularly under these circumstances, but if it's to like heighten the drama, I don't know. I don't know that it lands. And doubly so if, you know, your player is now just expecting a prompt to press or mash a certain key. I guess in short, you'd probably just like trim out the quick time events, because I don't think they've ever added anything to any game that I've played. I can't remember for the life of me a single instance of sitting back and going, man, I'm glad for that quick time event. Locked? Yeah, okay. Alright, we're doing this again. Getting mouthy, huh? No. Oh, there's the tongue. The tongue's back. Okay, good. It was such a prominent feature before. I was wondering if they had just abandoned it already. Certainly a lot different than the worms that we fought, huh? Not as hairy. Definitely more worm-like. Didn't just have like a big old, like, almost whale-style mouth. I don't know what that's for, though. I guess it could conceivably use it to grab and then draw things in for, you know, eating purposes, but you'd figure that's what the mandibles up front are for, too, right? Dodge counted. Okay. Sure, I'll take it. I don't think I deserve it, but I'll take it. Come on, Jim. There we go. Picks and chooses when to listen sometimes. Okay. Alright. We gotta hold V. We know how this goes. Oh, this one was way more broken than the other one. Although why we're holding V and not just destroying the lock, like that we can clearly see, is beyond me. It's right there. We don't really need this facility to remain intact, right? We have a storm and the tongue to deal with. Am I going down, or? Hello? Oh, Oh, it's the zip line that's above my head. Gotcha. Didn't even clock that as a real thing. Okay. Objective activated. Take it down. It's bug boxing. I was mid animation. I guess the tongue is what I'm grabbing for. So I've got to parry it until it does the tongue thing. Ah, I see. Okay. Gotcha. We're reeling it in. There we go. And then we're just gonna drill its brain like the others. Doesn't seem like Q actually works there. Works there just fine. Yeah, no. No, okay. It says reposition rig, but like where? We can't actually move around terribly well here. No? Okay. Obstruction detected. Alright, and now we're just ignoring the Q. Sure. No, it just kind of has decided not to. I'm not sure what it is I'm doing differently. Okay, sure. I'll take it. Come on over here. Yeah, ignored me that time. Alright. Wait, yes? Okay. Okay. Sure. I mean, maybe I'm doing something different, maybe I wasn't. Who knows? Anyway, it looks like we got him. We have an impact hazard. So we died. Hello. Well, doesn't this seem familiar? It appears as if we also have a weird thing on our arm now. No, get these out of here. He's amazed by a structure, just a structure, any. Oh, fuck yeah, baseball. Yeah, America.
Do you play?
Who are you? Where am I?
I am Mira. You are in no danger here. Do not be afraid.
I'm still on EDN-3. Let's agree to disagree.
Rest. Your treatments have taken well, but your wounds were grave.
My wounds? Yes, I fell. Hard. I should be dead. You were there. I've seen you before. At the satellite relay and the abandoned base. You led me there.
You deserve to know the truth about this world.
How long have I been here?
12 or 13 days.
What?
We used the planet's nectar. My father's science.
Sister, I've rehabbed injuries before. Should have been down for months. So, all respect to your daddy's nectar, but one of us is a crazy woman here.
Here.
I need to go home. Fix my rig. Wait, where's my rig?
I will take you to it, I promise. For now, rest.
Look, Princess. Unless you're planning to break my legs again, I need to check in. And you're gone. That's great.
Well, it looks like we've been, given the slip.
Door.
Here we are. We're crawling out anyway. And we'll play to the next spot where it actually saves. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm sure we'll hear that again in just a moment or two. We'll go ahead and we'll kill the noise. We'll send you here. And so yeah, looks like we've discovered a whole other colony of people on EDN-3. It's the kind of proto-snow pirates. One of them looks a lot like they might wind up as Wayne's mom. Looks like it, huh? Hmm? Oh, no. Yeah. The witch has mistaken Jim for dad of Wayne. No, that's not Jim, that's this guy. That's him. Wayne's still in here. He's still there. But very similar facial features to Wayne, and we never really knew much about Wayne's mom anyway, did we? We may or may not learn more about this Mira character later. We'll see what happens to Jim next. Maybe some more horror segments. Maybe another tongue boy. Maybe some other kind of large insect. Maybe we'll finally just throw hands with LaRoche. Who knows? Anyway, leave you alone to wander on your own for a bit. Later.